Welcome back to the Deva Guru Jyotish Lab. We are learning to use the advanced chart search function in Deva Guru, which is a powerful web-based Vedic astrology software. And what that does is it cross-indexes to Astro Data Bank, which has over 70,000 different charts of historical figures. And so what that enables us to do is to research really quickly specific planetary combinations to reverse engineer astrology itself. It's a very, very helpful tool. I urge you all to give it a try. This is the second video in the series. If you want to learn more in detail about how to use it, I'd go back to the first video where I go through some examples. In this video, specifically, what I wanted to do is bring up a test case that recently came up in a class of mine in which I'm studying, where we were looking at the dispositorship of Surya, or the sun. The sun is that bright shining object in the sky which gives us light, which gives us life, and it also provides us with resources. It is said that the sun is literally the indicator of resources and our resourcefulness. And when certain yogas don't get activated by the sun in specific ways, then we don't necessarily have the same amount of resources available to us. That's why for some people that may have certain planetary combinations, it can be very powerful, just because Surya is saying, yes, give them the resources they need. And in other cases, not so much. And so what I wanted to do was to create a specific instance or search function to find out what happens when the dispositor of Surya, who is governing the affairs of Surya, goes into a specific house. Specifically, I'm talking about Dushtanas, because when that dispositor, when that support of Surya goes to a difficult placement or challenging placement, one where dukkha or suffering appears, then it can become more problematic or challenging for the native. And so, what I wanted to do is create some test cases of when Surya went to the sixth house or the eighth house, just to be able to get an understanding of how that has affected people in history. And so, in order to do this, we're going to this window. I'm just going to make myself a little bit smaller here. We're in the search tab of the public charts. So if I go to public charts here and I click on advanced search, that brings me to this window. And as always, unless there's some other weird reason, I'm always going to go with AA Rodden rating, because those are the highest reliability in terms of birth information. And here I'm going to go D1, right? Because we're searching in the D1. If we wanted to go into the Vargas, we could, although for this application, it might not be quite as meaningful or relevant. And I'm going to go, the dispositor graha is the sun. Now here I want it in Rashi. I don't want it in Rashi. I want it specifically in-house. So essentially what I'm creating is a search function of saying who is lording the graha sun. And we can use here this column with sun and say in the eighth house. And then from here, we click on search. And I have a bunch of AA Rodden rating, and specifically I have 4,238 search results. Now, I can further refine that down if I wanted to go with politicians per se. I could do that. And then now I'm down to just under 600 charts. From there, I would click on the name of the person. Let me just click through and see if I can find anyone here that's recognizable. Not necessarily. So I'm just going to pick a chart at random here. Let's pick this Eric Honecker. And we're going to look to see the dispositor of the sun is the sun itself. And here it is in the eighth house. So that works. Let's do one more just to validate. We'll do this Lonzi Carla. Dispositor here is either going to be Rahu or Saturn in the case of dual lordship of Aquarius. We're going to favor Saturn, and here we can see Saturn is in the 8th house. And so from here, if I want to know more about this individual, if I don't know about them, I can click on name, and then that will bring up the Astro Data Bank entry. If you want to search further about the native's life, you can go into Wikipedia and look up in that way. So this is a specific case that I wanted to look up, but I wanted to capture it here on video just so that people gain some familiarity of why an astrologer would want to test specific cases and be able to look up and research, and how to be able to do that. I could add additional queries or search parameters surrounding this if Sun was exalted per se, or Sun was in debility, or all that kind of stuff. But for now, this is what I wanted to do, and this is more than good enough. So I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments, and thanks for watching. Take care.